As we all know, in today's highly competitive marketplace, firms must do everything in their power to stand out from the crowd. That's why we're delighted to have some of the most brilliant minds in the business world here tonight to share their insights on what firms must do to thrive. No matter what your business is, this is a topic that you need to adhere to. And the name of the topic is Attracting High-Value Clients, What Firms Must Do to Thrive. So let's please give a big round of applause for our moderator, Mr. Mitchell James Ruiz, who is the CEO and Executive Strategic of Golden Rule Enterprise, Inc. And our panelists, the dynamic speaker, we heard from him earlier today, Mr. Rhett T. Francisco, Esquire, who is the lead trial attorney and litigator at Employee Justice Legal Group, along with our panelist, William Sykes, the CEO and co-founder of Reliance Sports, Marisha Thacker, CEO of Spicebox, Inc., Jessica Fern-Kirkland, CEO of Einstein Solutions, LLC, and Cindy Murray, an independent insurance agent. Let's give a round of applause for our panelists.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check. Oh, there we go.
Check.
We're
Awesome.
live, ladies and
How's everybody doing today?
Woo!
Love to hear it.
Yeah! Thank you! Afternoon, day 2.
I was going to say, anytime I'm in Vegas, I'm always having an amazing time. The energy here is just absolutely different. So, Rhett, have you been to Vegas before? Is this your first time here?
That's the 5th. I plead the 5th.
Are you pleading the 5th? Is it?
As an attorney, that's what I'm going to tell everyone to say.
How about you, William? How many times have you been to Vegas?
This is actually my 3rd year in a row being here.
Dope.
Between things such as this and working at the NBA Summer League, just coming out here, just utilizing the time and the effort to really just connect with like-minded individuals.
I love it. I love it. And what about you, Jessica?
I've been here a couple times. Last time I was here for a big conference was NMHC. Anyone else go to the NMHC annual conference in January? If not, if you're in real estate, it's a great one to be at. So yeah, I've been here a few times over the years.
Nice. I'm taking notes. And how about you, Cindy? How many times have you been to Vegas?
It's my 2nd time for the same similar conference before, so I love
Awesome.
it. Can't win any money.
Yeah, for me, this is probably I think my 5th conference that I've been to in Vegas. Just, I kind of go to a bunch of different conferences, but the topic that we're talking about is how to obtain high-value clients. So we're lucky enough to have 3 different topics that we're going to be discussing. So I'm going to kind of work my way from Rhett down to my left and just go, I guess, on a general type basis. So I know when we spoke via Zoom, Rhett, we discussed the idea of the different kinds of clients that different firms would go after. So would you mind breaking down, I guess, the 4 quadrants that you explained that, are the law firms' angles? Who are their target clients?
So thank you for being here for everyone. First of all, live audience. I want to reach out to the online audience as well, whether you are live or in an on-demand setting. You are in the right place. This is a fantastic panel. I'm telling you, you're going to get some really good actionable information. Super important. Keep it high energy. I apologize for walking in front of you. I believe motion creates emotion. You may have heard this in my previous talk, but get up, get active, move around before you make a presentation. Smile, jump around, be big, hit a power pose first, right? Do something that gets you smiling. Great, ma'am, fantastic. I see smiles in the audience already. I am connecting with you. And just like Lewis Crompton said, who left the room, unfortunate. Lewis Crompton hit the nail on the head. I'm going to follow up with that at the very end. But there are effectively 4 types of high-value clients. You have institutional clients, insurance companies, Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 1000 companies, professional clients who have general counsel offices and senior VPs supporting them, figuring out how to manage whatever their litigation or legal needs are, okay, whatever the risk is. Then you have medium-sized clients, medium-sized businesses, $10 million to about $100 million in annual revenue. Smaller GC offices that may be stretched thinner, basically semi-professional clients, okay? And then you have wealthy individuals, okay? Those are non-professional clients. Those are just people with lots of money, right? Those are people you want to know, okay? And then finally you have referral sources. And referral sources come in two different types. The one-time client who thinks of you and says, I got a guy. You all want to be somebody's guy. No offense to women, we're all guy. You want to be somebody's guy. Be the guy. I got a guy, right? And you also have the people who have loss leaders, right? Like Jose Baez. What does Jose Baez do? He goes out and takes clients for free, gets a ton of advertising though. Casey Anthony, Aaron Hernandez. Those are the 4 types of potentially high value clients, okay? And so what you're going to want to ask yourself is, regardless, across all of these types of clients, would you buy from you? Would you buy from you? Because that's what you're doing. You're selling. You may be selling services or products, whatever it is, you are selling. In whatever you do, every moment you are out here, you are selling. And it's just like the pithy maxim is. In every transaction, a sale is being made. Either you are selling them that you are the person, that you are the guy, or they are selling you that you are not. Don't believe anything else. Either you are selling them or they are selling you. And now 100%. Sales can be done different ways. I don't believe in high pressure sales, okay? But so you're going to want to ask yourself, would I buy from me, okay? And on the surface, we're selling services, but what are you really selling, okay? Fundamentally at its core, what are we all selling? What are we providing? And fundamentally, we're providing good feelings, right? What do we want to buy from? We want to buy from, what do we say? We say, I like that person. I like how that thing or that product makes me feel. I like how they make me feel. And what are you really selling? When you drill it down, when you do the root cause of this, you are selling trust. And that's fundamentally what you should be looking for. You should be looking to provide trust, security for people. If people feel secure with you, they will buy from you, they will refer to you, and they will come back to you. So
100%.
I'm going to do 3 quick action items. So I apologize, I'm going to take a page from Jeff Tomasulo, and I'm not going to drop the mic right now because what I have to say is important. I'm going to give you actionable information right here. You have 3 action items. Action item number 1, decide which type of client you are going after. You cannot go after all 4. So decide which you're going to go after. Action item number 2, obtain proximity. There's the pithy maxim of you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Very problematic statement, but it makes the point, right? If you are not close to the people who are making the decisions, you will never get that decision in your favor, okay? And number 3, and the biggest one, connect. Everybody communicates. Few connect. Connect. Go back to Lewis Crompton's talk. Review this video. Go back and find the YouTube. Look at what he said about connection, because that is fundamentally what it's about. It's about connecting. Connecting with each other, connecting with the decision maker, making them feel good, making them feel safe, making them feel secure in that what you can do for them is what they need and that they are heard. If you do that, you will be remarkably successful. You have no one to turn to. You will do great things, and you will spread that to everyone who you come into contact with. And now I thank these people for indulging me. They are fantastic individuals who we've met with before. This energy comes from them. I call this guy Mayor Mitch because he is a fantastic individual. He is a great leader. I appreciate all of you. Go do great things.
Right. You're amazing. We appreciate that. Extremely actionable. I definitely want to go down the line and start with William. So William, what are your thoughts with connecting with your target client? And what is your general approach towards obtaining some of the 30 clients that you currently have?
Yeah, no problem. So just to give some background, Reliance Sports has been in business for the last 3 years. In the last 3 years, we've acquired 30 clients, both collegiate and professional athletes, playing in basketball, football, baseball, and track and field. To answer the question, in order to do that, we like to attract and recruit our clients as early as possible. We're based in Baltimore, Maryland. A lot of our players come from the state of Maryland. So in the state of Maryland, we can sign a student athlete as early as his junior year in high school. And to do that is two-pronged. Obviously, the kid, we would like him. He has to have a high ceiling, play well, has a good future, right? But off the court, we also want to check his moral compass. Who are you as a person? What are your family like? When adversity hits, what's your mindset? What's your mind frame on the court? These things. We want all of those factors to be a positive one for this mesh and this partnership to be well gelled. And then on the other side is us coming to this student athlete with a plan already set. We like to be proactive, not reactive. So we like to come to kids and say, hey, we really like you. We want to build with you. We want to build this foundation with you for many years to come. And that can look like you sign with us today. We have numerous marketing opportunities for you right now. When you're ready to go pro, we can assign you with this trainer. We have connections to these teams in this respective league for you. And just really laying the map out for this student athlete and their parents so that they can feel as though, wow, Reliance Sports is a transparent and reliable sports agency, and that we can call home. And so that's really the strategy in that.
I love that. I love that. And I think that I could even tell just in the name, something that I've done as well, is that it really speaks to, the core values that you hold. So when, the people are looking at your company or you're sharing it, it's in alignment with that overarching theme, which is you're a reliable, dependable partner to these young athletes that are getting a lot of exposure to different things that they're unfamiliar with.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead. No.
I was saying exactly, because at the end of the day, we have to remember that these are still children. When we're approaching these kids, they're 16, 17, 18 years old, with the world at their front door, excited to meet them, excited to know more about them and see their future unfold in front of the country. And we want to be able to unload a lot of the obstacles or hard conversations that may happen that a child shouldn't have to partake in, so that way they can just focus on their craft, focus on what makes them happy, whether that's, shooting a buzzer beater to win a March Madness game, or holding up a Heisman Trophy at the end of his illustrious collegiate career. Whatever the case may be, we want you to really enjoy that without having to also worry about, okay, so I have this meeting at this time. Well, I have to meet with this coach or this trainer. We want to lay all of that out for you so that when you wake up, it's already there for you. You can call me and I say, hey, man, this is boom, 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 at this time, at this time, at this time. That's it.
100%. Well, I mean, as an athlete, I was a fitness instructor for 5 years, believe it or not. And, you're tired, like when you're training all the time, like you really, to have that mental capacity to learn these things, like they're really walking through the dark and you're basically the light for, these individuals. So I commend you in what you're doing, especially in the city of Baltimore. It's super dope. I'm going to go to Jessica and say, hi, Jessica. It's finally nice to meet you. Real estate, I was a realtor for a couple of years, and I mean, it's just such a cornerstone of wealth in general. So what is your story with getting into real estate about 15 years ago, I believe?
Yeah, so I work in multifamily housing, property management, apartment communities. Anyone else? Is that your jam? Oh yeah, welcome to Crazy Town. I'm actually new in this next phase of my career. I just finished a project as president of a NMHC top 50 company. Thank you. And I think when I think about attracting high-value clients, for me, this is the first time in my career that I've ever been an independent person, a consultant, going after, high-value clients. And when I really think about what a client is, I have to think back about my career and my experience. And I think when we add high value to people, we become the type of person that somebody feels like they can benefit from being around. And we all have clients. Your employees are your clients. Your consumers are your clients. People you touch, who you make an impact on, they're all your clients. And like it's been said a couple times here already, people do business with people they like. And integrity, who you are when nobody is looking, is going to build character. And people, in my experience, like to do business and give opportunity to people who have good character, because another theme I've heard, right, is trust. Everything comes down to trust. You can't even have a conversation with someone if you don't trust them. And so you have to put in the work to have the conversations, right? So what is a client to you? Do you want to attract high-value employees? Well, if you do, then you better be doing high value things at your organization. Humility is exceptionally important. I never take for granted the fact that someone would show up in a room, right? Time is the only thing that we don't ever get back. And when somebody chooses to spend their time with you, you better make them feel good by serving. Servant leadership, adding to others, because that intrinsically and then implicitly motivates you to add back. Those are the things that will allow you to attract the people who want to be a part of what it is that you're doing. Passion is another one. And I think that there's multiple instances and iterations of our businesses. I mean, when you think about consultant, to me, I think about I'm the type of person who has messed up enough stuff so you don't have to find out.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, that's what I do. I love failure. I'm an expert in what doesn't work. And I've really honed in what I think I'm better at than anybody else. It's not going to be for everybody, but anyone I come into contact with, I want to add something to them. I want them to feel valued just by being around me, by genuinely listening, working towards figuring out what their problem is, because I want to be a problem solver. And that's really where my niche is, the discovery piece. I also love psychology. I just actually finished my degree in industrial organizational psychology.
You're winning this year, 2020.
I know, this is my year, man. New year, new me.
I love it.
But I know the things that make me light up, the things that I'm passionate about. And so to find that alignment, a lot of it comes through this network that I have built over the past 15 years by being my authentic self, by operating daily with integrity, even when it's hard and even when it's not popular. Because when I'm going to be in a position to advise you what to do, you better know I'm going to do the right thing. And so doing the right thing every day, regardless of who you're with or who you're around, maintaining your values and maintaining your authenticity, it will start to attract the right people.
100%. I mean, you really hit, I feel like, the main key points of what, any type of client relationship should look like. And it's the relationship that you have with yourself at its core and how that extends to how you treat people. That's why I named my corporation Golden Rule Enterprises, because it's not a marketing ploy, but it's a constant reminder of like the standard of care that I want in this world of service. Because if you're in business, you got to be in service.
100%.
So I want to pass it to Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Tell me a little bit about, because I know you have a multitude of things that you work on as an entrepreneur. So I guess in the insurance space and also it's the equestrian field that you also work in. Would you mind sharing a little bit of your story with the audience and how you deal with clients?
Trading a yearling saddlebred filly right before I got up on the stage.
Say that one more time. I couldn't hear you.
I'm trading a American saddlebred show horse filly. I was working on it right before I got up on the stage. A lot of the selling, you have to be in the right place at the right time and make the right recommendation, and you've got to be ready to do that when the people are ready to buy, not necessarily when you're ready to get engaged and talk with them. I sell Medicare insurance too. From home, take on nonstop inbound calls. I sell it through Assurance, a Prudential company. I'm independent, but with the Medicare population and with any sales, you pretty much, the first thing you got to do is develop your targeted population. Then you've got to establish a compelling website or a compelling television ad. Then you've got to have a compelling website and go about and do the marketing with them. Most of the time with the marketing, they have got unlicensed people calling the target population and deciding if they are qualified for us to sign them up with I sell Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans, and then they do the live transfer to us, the agent. It's like you are looking for the needle in the haystack. There, out of every about 100 calls, you may get 10 that actually want to sign up for a policy, and you're able to go ahead and get them enrolled. These clients are not, a lot of them, they are not rich. A lot of them are low income, and they have to choose between buying their medicine or eating, which is sad sometimes, but they are high value clients that we're working with because we are working with billions of federal Medicare funds. So when we sell a policy, they sign up for a policy, then the federal Medicare agency starts sending the insurance company a monthly amount for each person, and then the insurance companies turn around and say, okay, for this amount every month, this is what we're going to provide. They all have to provide a base core number of services, but in addition to that, then they can compete with each other and do extra things, you know, different amounts for dental, vision, hearing, stuff like that. But I love selling. I love helping people. I don't like the administrative part of it that much. So,
it comes with the territory,
but it's
right?
a challenge of making a sale and knowing that you have really helped somebody. Absolutely, you have to connect with them. You don't talk just about Medicare. You ask them about their families, how they're doing. You know, ask them about the dog you hear barking in the background. So.
No, I agree with that. And thank you, Cindy. I really appreciate you sharing that. I feel like what I've noticed, and not only just the conversation that we're having now, but in the conversations I've been having with everybody that we've been meeting, is that this idea of treating people like people and really connecting and listening is going to allow you to, like Rhett said, connect and, you know, make an impact. You know, you really want to, you know, listen to people's story and share your story fearlessly, because you realize that you have so much more in common with people that come from different walks of life. And when you share that common theme of the impact that you want to make, you know, we all want to take care of our families and be better human beings every day. And externalizing our story, we connect and we find ways to support each other. So to bring it back to Rhett, which is the law firm side of things, legally, when you're looking for a client, like what is your main funnel, I guess you could say, of like how you obtain clients? Like what is it, like a referral based type thing, or tell us about that?
Yeah, I appreciate the question. So I do no advertising. It's all word of mouth and referral, and that is the best source. Advertising costs money, and the pithy maxim applies to all of you. If you advertise, you have no idea what 50% of the advertising is being effective. So 50% is effective. What 50%? That's why you get these surveys. That's why you get these comment cards. What'd you hear about us? Those are not reliable. We've all filled them out, and we've all provided false information. I heard about you on the internet. I heard about you from a friend. But the thing is, I don't do any actual marketing, okay? I haven't told you about who I am. If you want to look me up, look me up. I'm here to provide you with information. That's my marketing. My marketing is providing you with value. I will provide you with value. I will make you feel safe. I will make you feel secure. You will know that I have expertise in my industry because I will communicate that to you through our conversations. You'll understand that I know what I'm talking about. And fundamentally, as Jessica's talking about, I will tell you when I don't know what I'm talking about. I will tell you what I know, but I will be honest with you, and I will tell you if I don't know something. If I need to look it up, or if I need to refer you to someone else who has more expertise, that's how you get more business. That is the best way to get more business. It doesn't matter what business you're in. We are in the people business. It's a pithy maxim, people. We're fundamentally here to remind you of what you already know. You already know this stuff. You are already amazing people. Just satisfy it. Remind yourself daily. Write things down. Put them on your bathroom mirrors. Put them in places that you cannot forget. Put it in your rearview mirror in your car. Put it in places that you cannot ignore. Do not ignore your greatness. Do not ignore your ability to attract and retain and secure high-value clients. Any clients. You all can do it, and you all will do it.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Rhett. I mean, he's bringing the energy. I'm not going to lie. We're having drinks after this, so you know. So, I mean, just to tell you guys a little bit about me, so I was born and raised in New York City in the South Bronx, raised disenfranchised, and when financial literacy, I feel like was just a natural thing for me to discover because that was like a solution. We really are sharing ways to put out fires for other people. And, for me, venturing into a world where, you don't have exposure to these high-level types of individuals, it really was the mindset shift for me that allowed me to create a vision that attracted people who are of the magnitude to facilitate. So, it's interesting where I wanted to do it a little bit later, but I really wanted to open up questions now to the audience because we have 3 different sectors that we're discussing, and we're all in sync, but we're a little divided. So, does anybody have any particular questions in reference to high-value clientele obtaining?
Sorry, before you do that, so I have to give this man praise, okay? I don't know these people beyond this conference and the prep for this conference. What I know about this man is that this is Mayor Mitch, right? That is how I think of this guy. Because from the moment he started talking, he took the leadership role. He said, I'll be the moderator. He stood up and said, I can connect people. I can connect each of you. I can share your stories, help you share your stories, get things out. And that's what the mayor is, right? The mayor is the guy who shakes everybody's hand. The mayor is the guy who makes you feel good about you. And he sold me, right? That's what I'm telling you. I call him Mayor Mitch because I like the guy. I don't even really know him. But this is Mayor Mitch. This is a guy who makes me feel good. And that's fundamentally what it's about, right? Mitch makes me feel good. Make people feel good.
Hey. Like you said, Maya Angelou said people will forget what you said, what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So I really appreciate that.
They say that your personality is your calling card. Like, that's your best business card. And I don't know if anyone's got questions or if you're still marinating, but I wanted to touch on advertising since Rhett brought it up, because if anyone else is new in their career, some of us need advertising, like your girl. And I think that it's important to, when you are crafting your marketing and your messaging, my ad is on page 14. And I've got some, go ahead, take a look at it. It's very simple. I also have a background in product management. And one of the things that drives me crazy is advertising and language that is ambiguous, jargony, but you don't really know what anybody does, right? Organizational efficiency, is that something y'all are interested in? What in the world does that mean, right? Part of owning and developing your personal brand so people know how to interact with you, they even know that they should be your client, is by developing very clear words that identify what it is that you actually do. So page 14.
I love that. Well, so I was discussing with a couple of my partners who are, high value clients of many people. But one of the things that they mentioned to me was my friend Tony Doty. Tony, if you could see me, love you. Was that a stranger becomes an acquaintance becomes a friend, and then a friend becomes a trusted advisor. So, when you're going through those phases of relationship development, when you obtain, when you focus on the relationship more than anything, a high-level relationship can then turn into a high-level strategic partner, which then allows you to open a door for a high-level client. So, April.
I'm going to jump on that really quick because I start off with there's 4 types, right? That's rough because I'm trying to compartmentalize. That's not entirely true. If you can't get any of those, if that's not what you're looking at, what you really should be doing is you should be looking at everyone as a high value client. There is the famous story of the retailer who had someone come in and the sales rep looked at the lady and said, "This is a $1 item, you're not worth my time," and walked away. Somebody came back and helped that lady out. What they find out later on, after looking at the records and reviewing her history of having patroned that store is that woman spent thousands of dollars. She was there for a one-off hit. But over the course of time, over the course of repeated business, if these people feel good about coming to your establishment or for your services, to see you, to hear you, to trust you, to get good advice and services and otherwise products, that they will aggregate the value exponentially over time and also be the guy. Ask for the business. Close. When you do something good, what do I do after I win a trial? I care about you. I'm glad this happened. But make sure you let your families, friends, acquaintances, and everyone else know who has a problem that they have resources. I'm not telling you to call me, but I'm telling you I'm here. And I get calls.
Hey, no, as you should, Rhett. You're amazing. My definition, and we could go down the line, my definition is somebody who has more money than time by being our most valuable asset. And so that's my definition of my target client, where I'm looking to solve high-level problems for people who, are focused on really preserving their time because they're in high demand. And that's my definition. How about you?
I would say it's a duality. In the traditional sense, it's looking at the student athlete's rankings coming out of high school. Oh, he's a 4-star, he's a 5-star. And to make an example of that, we do have a client right now. He'll be playing at the University of Maryland to play basketball this fall, coming out of St. Francis Academy, a kid named Jonathan Lamont. Jonathan is a 4-star recruit. In his senior year of high school, he averaged a triple-double as a point guard. So that in itself, you would imagine he has a high trajectory going into college football. But on the flip side of that, it's also a client that can help us advance into a tier that we have yet to touch. To give an example of that, in our beginning stages of Reliance Sports, we met a guy by the name of Andrew Quorum. He played collegiate basketball at Virginia State University. For those that don't know, Virginia State University is a HBCU. Prior to us, he was with a different agency for about a year and a half. And in that time span, that agency failed to secure him a playing opportunity. So obviously, they parted ways. I met him at a Pro-Am league in Virginia one summer. He said he was looking for an agent. He just wanted to play overseas, things of that nature. So we talked for a couple days, and we signed him. We brought him on as our first professional basketball player. In 48 hours, I had him a job in Portugal. And that was our first time even doing that with a team in a different country. Pitching a player to him, negotiating a deal, making sure that our player was a key focus in the team's plans. So, like I said, just to bring it full circle, it's a duality. It's either a kid has a high trajectory or the client is able to put us in a space that we have yet to be in.
Well said, very well said. I appreciate that. How about you, Jessica?
So for me right now, I am really looking for clients that I can partner with on a long-term basis. I love the projects that not only would allow them to work with someone for 2, 3, 4 month period. I do a lot of change management. I do organizational revitalization, and for me, not only is that great financially, but it's also good relationship-wise. So I think understanding what your solutions are and how either the longevity of a relationship or what type of people that you need to work with in order to meet your financial goals, I think it is important to identify how you want to measure that success. So I've had, I've worked in organizations where we measured based on ARR, right? Like the clients who you've got the most annual revenue with are the ones that are serviced a little bit differently. When different real estate.
Like 80-20, kind of Pareto's principle.
Yeah, for sure. Or if you just have, is my microphone even on?
You sound great, honestly.
Okay.
Everybody can hear.
But that was like, what? I don't even need it. There's been, sometimes it's the one who's got the most units, so identifying how does this specific client or individual really match up with your organizational strategy, your business strategy, and what's going to support your both long-term and short-term goals, and how do you want to measure that? Because I love clients that I love to work with and they're happy, but if I'm just doing a bunch of really short projects, that might not help my business grow, right? And I want to have relationships. And so I try to gather and maintain both, so that way I've got a funnel of of different types of clients because that is what aligns with my business strategy.
100%. And it speaks to the due diligence that you're doing of your client, respecting their time, and it allows you to, I feel like, connect with them to show the value that why you guys are the difference makers.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like I want to give Cindy a chance as well. Cindy, I was going to add 2 cents, but I want to talk to you first.
So for Medicare, a high-value client doesn't necessarily mean that they are rich. A lot of times they're not. Some of them are dirt poor. They have to qualify for Medicare Parts A and B, which means you're either 65 or you've been receiving disability payments for at least 24 months. People that meet that criteria, if they also have Medicaid as well, which is state low-income insurance, then all the better because we can get them, even a like Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan on steroids. We can get them the most benefits. So what assurance wants is the ones that qualify and want to sign up and let us sign them up and then sticks with it at least 3 months, if not more. And like I said, the insurance companies are the ones that are going to be getting the monthly payments for the Medicare recipients. And they've got tons of actuaries or whatever that work on it to make sure that they can provide the services that they're supposed to and that they promise, but yet they're still making a profit. If there wasn't a profit out there for them, they wouldn't be there. So
100%. And I mean, the healthcare industry really isn't going anywhere. It's such an important part of society. For me, I feel like it's just to make a generalized statement as far as, everybody in this room has a direction that they're going in and something that they're looking through their own looking glass to create and develop. And I'm sure we've all heard of a Grant Cardone or somebody who just encourages or dares us to be uncomfortable and think bigger. So, this concept of be, do, have is something that I've adopted pretty seriously. And I attribute that to my upbringing in the Bronx, where it's like, you dare. And so luckily we got 4 minutes left. There's going to be a drinking component where we can share some beverages, really connect with each other. But what I would love to encourage everybody to do is to really think about, what you would do if you were past the learning phase. Then the earning phase, what would your life and legacy mean if you were returning? Because a lot of high-level individuals, high-level clients, people whose time is more scarce than the resources that they have to deploy, they're already at that point of returning and reinvesting back into things that are important to them. So learning their story, knowing your story, how to share it, and find the ways that they connect with another human being that is of that magnitude, I feel like it really starts by you using your imagination, as Einstein would say, knowledge will take you places, but your imagination will take you anywhere. And being able to really think bigger and remove the idea of resources or scarcity from your thought process will allow you to not only vibrate in a different way, it's a resonant frequency, where, somebody who everybody's trying to get their attention, you'll say something and they'll look at you through the room and be like, I need to connect with this person because his soul is speaking to mine in a way that I feel like we're going in the same direction. So we have 3 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? Do you have a question? I saw your hand kind of go up. Yes. Yes. For sure. No, I agree with you. You literally, everything, you only get paid what you negotiate. And that's, you also want to approach things with humility at the same time where it's like, what, this is an investment in me, but I definitely agree with that. Anybody else?
No, go ahead, absolutely.
No, I was going to say, I love the perseverance, like it's in this business, when you're doing anything related to sales, every no that you get is just the universe asking you to prove it.
Next opportunity, right?
Next opportunity, right? All those no's, they're going to lead to a yes. And who you become in the time that it takes to get the yes is going to make you so much more capable of going after the next one. So don't let it deter you. You know what you're meant to do, and it's nobody else's business, right? Like, keep your head down, keep going, you'll get it.
Very well said. I appreciate that. What were you going to say, Rhett?
Yeah, I'm just going to encourage you all, do not negotiate on price. Do not let that be your default. Don't negotiate on price. Don't negotiate on price. Do not negotiate on price. Negotiate your relationships. Negotiate your connections. Your price, your value will come through. People will pay you your value. Do not devalue yourself. Do not lead with, I will charge you less. No, provide more value. Show more value. I do not charge less because I get more in the verdicts that I achieve. A 40% to me or my firm of 10 million is far larger than 25% of 100,000 for the firm that folds before trial. I will take your case to trial. I will champion your rights. I will do the right thing. I will convince 12 people to find in your favor and to award you your value or your damages. Do that and be great.
Woo, let's go. And with that, I really just want to thank everybody and More 2.0 for having us. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Wow, let's give another round of applause for our great panelists. That was a rousing, engaging conversation. Thank you so much. Woo! Feeling energetic. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there.